What is going on, everybody? Boilon here, and welcome back to another video on Lord of the Rings Home. Now, how are you all doing on the back of the Mines of Moria? At least for some of us. Anyways, including myself, who has officially passed the 24-hour mark since the raid's been launched, and now my raid has ended, and now we're back to collecting 2,000 raid keys again. And don't worry, there's going to be plenty of Mines of Moria raid videos and tips and guides and all that stuff over the next week, especially as we ramp up to week 2. Now, what's really interesting is that some people may have got a bit of a rude awakening as a result of these raids. This thing here. So, this has been going around the Discord circles in Lord of the Rings and some of the top-end guilds, from what I understand. This has happened. And this has been a result of an issue that's still ongoing. As you can see on my screen here on the left-hand side, they've actually removed the inbox tab of the game, so you can't claim. There is actually a handful of things that's been going on in the news, which I will bring up pretty shortly here in terms of the Lord of the Rings, because that's where all the new. If you're not keeping up with that, honestly, that's where a lot of the updates come, is from the news section. We'll get to that, but it has to do with the raids. It has to do with the end result of the Mines of Moria raid. Oh yeah, so my guild, we managed to get to 69%. Yeah, I know you're gonna make a joke about that, but anyways, we didn't quite make the 100%, which is essentially the points that are required to advance to Chapter 2. Now, I didn't check to see if everyone participated or how much they participated. It was a bit of a test trial run, but you know, I'm happy with the amount of points that I did, and if you saw my previous video, those were my best runs there. There are going to be some additional videos coming out in the week as well once I edit it out of my stream. Some of the other runs that I did from difficulty 1's perspective with my kind of hodgepodge teams, and also maybe some bloopers, because I did get kind of frustrated on stream during some of my runs, especially with the RNG related to the bombers. We'll probably be talking about that in a separate video, though, where I think it's more appropriate. So what happened? Well, when people went to go collect their guild rewards, I don't know how it's supposed to go out. My guess is, just like the personal rewards, you're supposed to click this, and you're supposed to get your rewards. At the end, I'm assuming that's how it goes out. I wasn't quite on I think it was happening around like 9 a.m. Pacific time, which actually is around the time when I launched my raid yesterday. But when I logged in, I wasn't able to click on the box. I still can't click on the box. And so allegedly, the reason why people got banned was because that they just spam clicked the box, and they were, whether it's box 1 or 2, I don't know, or both, but they were able to essentially infinitely claim, you know, resources by over clicking this stuff. Now, I'm not going to say whether or not that people should have done that or not. They probably shouldn't have. I think if you notice this after a couple of clicks and you realize you were still getting stuff, I think you probably should have stopped at that point. But I know that people, you know, comment down below either if this happened to you or if you have thoughts on this whole process. I think what should be happening, probably, I don't know if they're going to fix this in terms of how they're going to distribute rewards in general. Obviously, this needs to get fixed. What I think might have been more appropriate, maybe easier for them to mechanically implement, might be like, you know, if this got sent out in mail, and maybe it did. I don't know, like, because I wasn't on when this happened. I don't know how it's supposed to go down. But if they would just mail the top guild chest box to everyone at the conclusion of their raid, like they do in Marvel Strike Force, I think that would be a little bit easier, unless that was still a part of a problem. I'm not sure. So again, if anyone encountered this, or if you know anything more about this than I do, which is just that a bunch of people got banned, allegedly a lot of people towards the top especially, only if you have launched. Obviously, if you didn't launch until like day 2, then this isn't going to impact you at all. You know, some of my guilds in my cluster are just launching today. Or just launched today, rather. So this is obviously not impacting them. I think it was just me in my guild who launched yesterday, and maybe I really hope nobody in my guild got banned, but nobody's fessing up anyways. But apparently, it's just a temporary thing, and it is going to come back. So I want to kind of read to you guys. I'm going to bring over the Discord over here. Sorry, I should have had that already prepared actually. But let's bring this over here on this side. And expand and zoom in a little bit more. It's been an ongoing thing this morning. So I think to start up here, yeah. So we're aware of an issue involving raid rewards and the inbox. We're currently investigating the issue as a priority. Additionally, we are aware that some players are attempting, which means presently at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, to exploit the issue at this time. Those who have exploited the issue will not benefit from those gains. As a reminder, exploitative behavior is against the terms of service, and disciplinary action will be considered as necessary. We'll be temporarily disabling, this is 10:42 a.m. We'll be temporarily disabling the inbox functionality in-game. This is to prevent players encountering additional issues while we work to resolve the issue with inbox messages. While we anticipate the inbox being inaccessible for several hours, it's still down as of 1 p.m. Pacific time, so about 2 hours after this case. Any rewards that would normally be collected from the inbox will continue to be sent. When the inbox is accessible again, players will be able to collect. So things like, I guess the arena, I don't know if this is going to extend to about 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is when the arena rewards normally would go out. Outside of that, I guess things like your guild, if you're still getting guild tokens from players, that might end up going out. There's usually not that many things that actually go out. I'm pretty sure. Oh, right. I clicked on this thinking it was the inbox, but it's not there, so I can't click on the inbox to share with you guys actually. And then down at 12:42, which was just about 30 minutes ago by the time of this recording, we found a potential issue with collecting guild rewards upon raid completion. We have basically just regurgitating that part and have temporarily suspended some accounts while we investigated. Now, again, I don't know what the true number is here. There's 36 people to a guild. Apparently, there's a handful of clusters who have been impacted by this. I've been noticing because obviously I've been seeing what's going on in the Lord of the Rings general discussion here and this morning and just reading through things. We apologize for the issues with the inbox rewards, and we're working to address this as soon as possible. So I hopefully that they'll have a rolling situation about this. I just want to kind of let people know as well, especially if they're just here on YouTube and they don't know what's going on, that they logged in to check their rewards and then all of a sudden they can't claim anything. Whether that's let's check those awful limited time offers. There's actually something else that I wanted to talk about, but yeah. So if you don't see the inbox, that's why. If you're not keeping up with the news in the Discord, the Lord of the Rings official Discord, or my Discord, because I do have a webhook that does bring all of the news to the Boilon channel. So if you're not part of the Boilon Discord channel, you probably should be, to make sure that you're keeping up to date with all the news that's happening in the game on a somewhat of a rolling regular basis that they do. Yeah, there is postings every now and then. There is this new legendary Aragorn gear pack, and the reason why I find this particularly interesting is that they're not calling it a Strider pack. They're calling it an Aragorn pack, and maybe that's a typo. A lot of people assume that we'd be getting a separate Aragorn character for the Fellowship of the Ring, but we only have 3, right? And in the trailers, especially for Mines of Moria with Gandalf, they showed characters. They showed Strider, Aragorn, and Frodo. So I don't know, because we're moving on to the Haradrim, right? And so are they going to give the tag to Strider for the Fellowship, and are they going to give the tag to Frodo Baggins for that as well? I don't know, but it feels weird that there's only 3 of them and it's supposed to be a contained team. Now, that being said, nobody's really unlocking Gandalf till probably November anyway, so maybe they're going to go back to the Fellowship after the Haradrim come out. But yeah, I mean, otherwise maybe they are separate characters, or maybe they're not. I mean, we don't really know. Maybe they'll add the tag in later on. It doesn't really matter, since Gandalf has the Fellowship leader ability and nobody's getting him anyways anytime soon. So I guess that doesn't matter right now. Anyways, the Haradrim characters are going to be unlocked tomorrow. We're going to get the healer, of course. What's his name? The Sage, Tebeb the Sage. He's going to be unlocked tomorrow, so I'll have him at 3-star. And that's what my current plan is, actually, is just building up the Haradrim characters, because I have a crap ton of Shadow Crystals just lying around, and I want to start using them. But in terms of the other content related to Mines of Moria and the stuff I talked about in the beginning, those are going to be coming out later on during the week. I'm going to be editing that out. I'm going to be making some new videos. So you probably will be seeing a handful of videos between now and Sunday related to Mines of Moria, since that's the big thing to talk about, and especially as we get ready for week 2. We'll see what the resolution of the bans or temporary suspensions, whatever you want to call them, maybe later, if it's worth reporting on. But otherwise, that's just a little bit of Lord of the Rings home news from me, Boilon. And if you haven't, make sure you click that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Lord of the Rings home. And until next time, everybody, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.